Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So we've been doing Self-Care September, and today was to get active outside and to give your mind and body a natural boost. As I suggested yesterday, because I'm always running a day ahead, I knew because of the fires and the bad air condition that I would not be outside much. Well, by God's grace, there was actually wind and we saw blue skies for the first time, which was not true for many to the left of us who suddenly had fresh new fires for which I was praying and praying. But for the moment, I did get out there. I cared for my pig, my horses. I took all 5 of my dogs to get groomed and they looked beautiful. I'll be groomed at some point, but they're still doing dogs. So I took them to get groomed. I swept the house. I did the floors. And of course I did some schoolwork. So in a way, I absolutely did get that natural boost. My favorite thing was prepping my sprouts and my microgreens, which are just growing in abundance and are just so fun. I accidentally dropped an entire tray of microgreens and I just pulled them over, straightened out the towel that they were on, and decided perfectly imperfect I would continue with them because they're such an interesting, eclectic little group. But that's a story for another day. So basically, I did honor that again. If you're just starting today, you're right on time. Doesn't matter if it's September, doesn't matter if it's the 19th, but get active outside and give your mind and body a natural boost. For tomorrow, day 20, it's no plans day. So make time to slow down and to be kind to yourself. And it is Sunday, and for some people that is the day of the Lord, and ideally we are supposed to give one day to God and to not do all the regular things, but to specifically show why that day is different. Do I do it? I can't say that I do. Like, hello, American 2020, I'm drowning like everybody else. But I will most certainly take some time. But no plans. Often I work so hard all week that my Sundays are literally for church and for grocery shopping, doing laundry, catching up on lesson plans for the week. It's all that kind of stuff. It will not change tomorrow, but I will remember to slow down at some point and to be kind to myself. So I encourage you to do that. Good luck with that. I'd love to hear how you did. And that's really it for today, people. I just wanted to check in, but I was going to just share in terms of being a compulsive overeater in my 12-step program, which is Overeaters Anonymous. I was kind of recommitting to that. I've been doing it for years and I've worked the steps many times, but sometimes I have to consider myself a newbie and just go back in. So a couple weeks ago, I reproclaimed step 1, which was I was powerless over food and that my life had become unmanageable. And a lot of people can't stand to declare that because they really believe that all the power rests inside them and they should be able to do it. And why are you going to surrender to someone? Like, might as well just give up. That is not what I mean at all. What it means is that there's no doubt in the world that when I am busy binging my fool head off, when I am spending money that I have no business spending on a bunch of food, even if I throw half of it away, I've still wasted half, right? By purchasing it in the first place. When I am hiding in my car on a side street so that hopefully no one sees me while I consume the nonsense. All of those things suggest that my life has become unmanageable. Even in choosing to get well, I'm still exhausted and wanting to sleep all the time as part of detox, right? So no matter what, the initial act of putting toxins in my body and excessively consuming food made my life unmanageable. So I'm all in for step 1. For step 2, came to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me to sanity. Again, that is asking for surrender. All of these things are asking for surrender, okay? Because why wouldn't you say, why do I have to look to anyone else? I can do it myself. I'm strong enough myself. I'm not going to admit that I'm not strong enough. Well, if you were strong enough, you probably would be doing it already, right? If you weren't messing yourself up, you'd already be doing it. So you may need a power greater than yourself. And for some people, that is the God of the universe. For other people, it is simply a good friend to talk to. In the 12-step program, it may be a sponsor. It may be the group. So it's just other people living the way that you want to live, demonstrating the strength that you long to have. And they most certainly could be that power that you haven't found yet. Okay, that you haven't found yet. And then step three is the willingness to allow God. Well, I don't want to say that wrong. Hold on, because I don't want to say it wrong. Okay, so made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. And again, a lot of people have trouble with that. The funny thing for me, at first when I was in the 12-step program, I was like, that is a no-brainer. I totally believe in God. I'm good to go. What I quickly realized was that I was good with God of the universe when I was being a perfect little angel. When I was struggling, the last person in the world I wanted to talk to was God, like God the Father. Like, that's a no, thank you. Because when I would be binging and in my disease, I was so full of shame that the last person I wanted was this fatherly figure, this rule maker that I would equate with God as being in my business. So I wanted a kinder, gentler, more accepting God for my 12-step program, which is kind of funny. I've since been able to merge the two because God only loves us for ourselves and in our best interest. But so often we want to hide from that person if we're not being our perfect little selves. And the joke is on us, since He absolutely intimately knows every thought before we think it, our entire being for our entire life, even what we can't remember, He absolutely remembers. So to become willing to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understand God. And again, a lot of people have trouble with that one, but I decided a long time ago that I had to be able to accept and communicate with God in all circumstances, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So anyway, that's kind of where I am right now, back in the steps, because even though I'm technically clean in my food, the insanity always knocking at me, the temptation every single day at some point, all requires me to chronically surrender my will, chronically allow my life to be guided by a power greater than myself, because left to my own demise, I will absolutely take myself down the wrong road every time. And when I've been clean for a while is when the ability to absolutely stumble comes much larger and quicker. They often say it's not that you're not going to binge again or falter, but like when. You know what I mean? If you can't remember your last one, be careful, because the new one's coming. And I need to just keep communicating so that I can choose wellness. It's a process. All right, my friends, I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much for your support. As always, like if you like. Join us if you haven't. Subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you, especially in prayer. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you are blessed.